Real soon, Rabbit. Real soon. I'm drinking coffee, I'm getting stoned. And if you join me, I won't be alone. I'm drinking coffee, I'm getting high. Coffee with Wes. Good morning, afternoon, evening, whatever it is, wherever you are. I'll try to figure it out what it is for me. I think it's afternoon for me. I think it's afternoon. But it is Wednesday. It is Wednesday, November 13th. And we are here for another Coffee with Wes. I am Wes. And I have a cup of Tim Hortons coffee today to keep me going, keep me feeling good. Bud Files, peace and love. Rabbit, peace and love. I hope everybody is having themselves a good day. It is a hump day, which means nothing. It's just a term, but hey, it's hump day. It's another important day in the world of West. In the world of West, for those of you fanboys out there who are like, oh, West, I want to know all the West trivia, all the shit going on. It was on this day, many years ago, that a young 19-year-old Wes, unprepared for life in the Navy, unprepared for life, with his less than less than honorable wife at the time, there to have give birth. They're at the birth of the West's oldest child, and they're in a civilian hospital in Waukegan. I think I have a picture. I wish I had a picture. I should have a picture somewhere. There's a picture of me. I should have fucking brought that out. I should have been prepared for that. But no, that was, and that facial expression. I was really happy. I was really excited. I had no idea. It's a deer in the headlights. It's what's happening now. What's going on now? I loved it. I loved being a parent. I loved all of that. That was so enjoyable. Yeah, 19-year-old Wes. He wasn't all gung ho. He wasn't all, oh, everything's great. Everything's gonna be great. Life had already taught 19-year-old Wes. He ended up where he was at. Life had already taught him a number of lessons that really let him know. But don't be too excited. I mean, keep that level. So we're gonna have some weed. We're gonna have some weed. Ah, there we go. There we go. Frosted snow cone. Starting the day off with frosted snow cone, and I've got my Tim Hortons, and we're gonna make this. We're gonna make this Wednesday work. I have contacted my daughter. She is doing great. I am really happy to see how her life is turning out. With that beautiful grandson there, Shy. And she's got what seems to be a happy marriage to a good guy. I am happy with that. They just purchased a home this year. It's going good for her. I'm very proud of her. I'm very proud of her. And I know she doesn't watch any of my stuff, but if she were here and watching, she'd be like, "Oh, Dad," yeah, she'd be at home just, "Oh, that's nice," because yes, there's weed in there. I mean, it's not lit. It's not lit, but there is weed in there. Everybody, have you clicked on that like? Are you sharing this out? It is the Hump Day edition of what is this show? Coffee with Wes. Yesterday it was an early morning edition. It was an early morning, a 6 a.m. edition, starting off way too early in the morning for Coffee with Wes. But and the day I had planned, it didn't go that way. Nothing goes the way you want, but you just ride it out. You just ride it out and you just keep going. And so today I'm sitting here and it's okay. It's my daughter's birthday. I could talk about that. I could talk about being. I guess I could talk about being a father, but I don't have that photo. Being a father that early. I, well, I'm not sure. She might not have the same sense of humor I do. She kind of does, but she may be more reserved. And, I'm one of those. All this is out here. When she wants to, when the grandchildren, I want to know more about Grandpa. It's all out here. This is who I am, kids. If I could even think of where the damn thing is, I would. It was. There's two shots. There's me standing there, and then there's me actually holding her in a chair. It was an interesting situation. This was decades ago, and so we were there at the hospital. Show up at the hospital early morning. Judas, peace and love, peace and love. We show up at the hospital early in the morning, and I'm there. I'm there all day. It's 12 hours of labor, and it's back labor, I guess. I was not fully prepared for any of this, but she's experiencing back labor, so I'm rubbing her back every couple minutes with every contraction and everything going on. Running in between to go get the ice chips, to go get the other things along those lines, to get everything situated. Getting near 5 in the afternoon, I'd say 5 or 6 in the afternoon, and the contractions are getting closer. We're getting ready. We're gonna be doing this. We're gonna be doing this. And I'm thinking, okay, I guess I'll be waiting here or in the waiting room or something along those lines. And they at that time there were some courses you had to take, had to be signed off on all sorts of shit to be able to be in the delivery room as a father. But because they brought me the stuff, and they said, you've been here all day rubbing her back and bringing the ice chips and all that. You just come in here. You can come in. It's okay. And I think the reason they had those courses and everything for you ahead of time was to prepare you for the nightmare that is childbirth that you're about to witness. Oh, it's a different experience. It's a different experience. So I'm in there, and I'm just trying to stay out of the way. I'm standing back. They got people doing their stuff. People doing their stuff. Getting there. Okay, we're gonna need to cut the perineum, and it's like, okay, what do we have going on? And they bring out these shears, these big ass shears, to cut between the anus and the vagina, and it was just the crunch noise that I heard. I remember getting really weak. I didn't black out. I really didn't black out, but I remember getting really weak at that moment. Like, oh God, everything's going dark on me. I could black out from one of these. So, but that moment passed, and then she was there, and life, the adventure of, oh, this little life here, this is me, all this other stuff, that all began. It was great. It was great. I mean, the relationship, that was not great. The mother, oh, I didn't pick well there. Oh, that was. Well, it's not as though I picked. I got married the same week I found out I was going to be a father. The same week I decided to join the Navy. So it was one of those. Well, I got to pay for a child. I got to do this. Okay. Let me do this. I go off and join the Navy. I find out that I'm going to be a dad the same day that I'm signing the papers to join the Navy, and I've got to report to boot camp in a week. That was the delayed enlistment I had. It was one fucking week, and you're going. And so during that week, somehow I had to wrap up all my affairs in town, and her family was really big on, okay, let's get everything situated so we can get you down to the justice of the peace and make sure you guys are married. It's not always the right choice. It's not always the right choice. Marriage, and I came into the office, when my father's office. I walked on in there just to inform him, oh, hey, I'm off to get married. I'm going to be a dad, and I report to the Navy boot camp on Friday. Good luck. And the only thing that he had to say, you don't have to marry that girl. You don't have to marry that girl. And I didn't listen. I wasn't listening. I wasn't paying attention. I wasn't, I was doing the path that you're told. This is what you're supposed to do. This is what, oh, you knocked her up? Well, you better get married. You got to have a marriage, otherwise it's a bastard. And and I was young, stupid. I feel like all these things had some sort of meaning or something, as opposed to just bullshit societal constructs that were thrown out there. But he sat there. You don't have to marry this girl. Seriously, you don't have to. And he remembered when he was young, and his brother, who was 5 years younger than him, got his girlfriend pregnant, and his parents, how angry he was that his parents had pushed his brother into marrying. Well, you got to marry her. You got to marry her, and otherwise everybody's gonna talk, because that's how it was. Your big worry was everybody's gonna talk. Oh, everybody's gonna talk. People are gonna have their opinion, because you're more worried about people's opinions than you are, doing the right thing and making sure things make sense and all that. So that was interesting. That was interesting. But that was that was many relationships, many kids, many ages and moons ago. You don't have to marry that girl. That was it. It was the only time that I really think, because a lot of advice I get from him over the years was just really bad. Uh, Women are like, I think I was like 8. I think I was 8. Women are like streetcars. Another one will come along any second. It's like, oh, geez, okay. There was a lot of misogyny, a lot of just really bad views on things. So, I had learned over the years. Well, you're very offensive with your talk. You're very offensive towards women and other people and all this other stuff. My friends were all minorities, and my father was not a he didn't know any of my friends because I didn't have anybody over to the house. But it's just not a decent human being. So as he's telling me you don't have to marry that girl, I lumped it into the you're a piece of shit towards all your other humans. That must be why you're saying don't marry this girl. Uh, there was more to it than that. With that, if he hadn't diluted the message with all of his bullshit over the years, I might have been able to absorb it and go, well, let me think for a second. What should I do? But nah, you just keep on rolling. You just and good coffee. Get back out there, buy more weed and good coffee. At least decent coffee. And for coffee today, Tim Hortons. I've probably only got a couple more cups of the Tim Hortons left. So we'll see how that transpires. But I got a ton of smooth bold. So once the Tim Hortons is gone, it's kind of like I buy the bag of Tim Hortons. I've got the big container of the smooth bold, and in the middle of the smooth bowl, the Tim Hortons showed up. So it's kind of like had I baked a cake. I'm not going to eat that whole fucking cake right then. It's going to take me a couple days, like the bag of Tim Hortons. But it's almost like a little bit of a treat that I have going on in the house before I return to the smooth bowl, which is always good. Smooth bowl is always good. Oh, no, the Navy was new adventures. The Navy, the acronym Navy, the best that I ever heard was that it stands for, and not my joke, never again volunteer yourself. Never again volunteer yourself. That's what the acronym for the Navy stands for. It was a good experience. I could have seen making the military into a career. It made sense. It made sense. The hierarchy made sense. You did not get promoted unless you were worthy of promotion. There were marks, benchmarks you had to achieve. There were things you had to do. And if you were not, if you were just, average or something, well, you were going to be over here in average. But if you were doing okay, you got moved along. You had opportunities. It was, I liked it. I enjoyed it. I enjoyed the complexity of it all. The I really love the PMS system. PMS, preventative maintenance system. I don't know what they call it now. I have no idea what they call it now. But every single item, every single tool, every single thing on board that ship had a PMS card that told you everything that had to be done to maintain that, when it had to be done, what other PMS cards got attached to it. It was this intricate, beyond Dewey Decimal, right? Beyond your card catalogs at the old libraries. Beyond that, it was this intricate system of maintenance, of management and maintenance. And I thought, this is so organized. The programmer in me, the computer programmer, I'd done that since 7 years old. It was like, oh, I get this. This makes sense. You just stay on top of it. Everything's great. So that aspect really appealed to me. The organization they had with, but it was that questionable, the wife of questionable quality that I had. That was what really kind of killed it all for me. Well, that allowed me. I had only been competing at a novice level with alcoholism before that marriage, that nightmare of when she left, and then I turned into the Olympics level, Olympic professional level alcoholic that I always had inside. That genetically there are alcoholics, throughout my family on both sides. The dead ones are looking down, going, "Wow, wow, wow! Look what you can do when you have access to being able to travel the countryside and do all this other stuff." Alcoholics in the past, well, you were right in the one spot. There was a bar. There was one thing. There was one thing you were doing in your town. You couldn't really do the damage that you can now as an alcoholic. You can't. There were, what are you going to get, a train back in the 1800s? No, you were, at most, you were going to fight with a guy you probably knew. That was at most. You can barely do anything as an alcoholic then. Because people have been alcoholics since the beginning of time. It was safer than water. Rum was safer than water, so it was like everybody, hey, drink some rum. There's water in it. Just get what you need out of that. It'll keep you healthy and all that, and keep you hydrated. Because, oh man, we haven't figured out to boil the water yet from all these parasites. And so alcohol has just been a part of it with us. And there's been those alcoholics through time, but none of them. They're just pale in comparison to what just some average punk the damage an average punk can do in an evening here, just from alcohol. Oh man. Oh, women. Yeah. No, I get confused. I get confused. What it is the blood. The blood leaves the head. The blood leaves the brain. The blood that's used to engorge other areas. It's got to come from somewhere. It's got to come from somewhere. And what's that area that's just sloshing around? It's the brain. So the blood leaves the brain. Next thing you know, you're not thinking straight. One of those type of situations. And I was young. I was young. I mean, I've continued on into, the last one. Oh my God, what was I, 42 when I met her? There were a lot of red flags. You know the red flags. You keep giving me a hard time. It is difficult. The things don't want to roll. They'll just fold up on you. The paper, if there isn't enough bulk, it won't roll around. The paper will want to fold, and then you kind of roll, trying to screw with it. It is difficult, and that's what makes me special, because I am able to roll these tiny ass joints that don't have much in them. That would just produce the crackle noise. That is all you need. That is all you need to enjoy. You'll know, Rabbit, when I've made it. You'll know when I succeed. There will be signs. There will be normal cigarette-sized, good-sized joints that all just sit there for hours and just linger. But it's another reason I would burn up. It's totally a quantity. It's totally a quantity thing. When I was making good money at another time in life and all that, and going through over a quarter a day, real easy, just nonstop. now that's not the kind of flow that I can really afford. So I have to keep things minimized. And if I'm just letting them burn, if I'm sitting here talking, so I'm a social smoker too. I don't smoke unless I'm around people or on a live. It's the only time that I really smoke is when I'm doing that or if I'm playing some music. So I just got to end up easing up on it and just trying to make sure that it's not too much. Trying to make sure that it's not too much. So that was past West. That was past West. The only other thing that I've thought about talking about today, because I'm looking and I don't want to get into politics. I don't want to. I don't. I don't. I have my opinions, but fuck, everybody has their fucking opinions. The thing that just blows me away, and I kind of am looking forward to seeing how it goes, is all these other people that are a part of the cabinet and other things along those lines. RFK Jr. RFK Jr. who who is already getting bucked by his boss on certain areas and other stuff. These are egos. These are people with crazy egos. And before in the last administration when he was there, he's got the best of people, and then each one that he fires, he lets you know what a piece of shit they were. And they usually keep their mouths shut because and so you don't hear the person, oh, they was terrible. He said, turns out he doesn't know his shit. That's what he would say about everybody. How's it going to be when RFK? Because RFK will go out there and just say some crazy shit. Well, he does this. There's going to be such a dynamic when him or Musk, Musk, Musk is in charge of the Department of Government Efficiency, Doge. I'm sure that was done on purpose. Doge, as in the Doge coin. This so blatant, and we all just, yeah, it's happening. I mean, I'm doing it right now. Yeah, oh, there's that corruption. We all see it. We all see. Why is this guy taking control? Why is this happening? Nah, we're powerless. We're just powerless. We're cogs in a machine. So just write it out. Write it out. If you're not emotionally invested anymore, it's the only way. That's why I'm counting on AI. I'm counting on AI because it'll be interesting to see here with the Don, and when things go south, when there's a conflict between the Don's interests and whatever RFK Jr. is doing, because RFK Jr. is fucking out there, and so he opens his mouth. He's a fucking Kennedy, right? He's gonna get out there and he's gonna Nora Doge. I know, right? The department. It's it's just I hate the oligarchy. Just so being in, I prefer my oligarchy just not right out here getting involved. This getting involved in the politics. You have to have some real cojones to put it out there, and you have to be up. Oh, I know. It's that I've watched. I started tracking as that thing, and you could actually see. You can see the manipulation when you look at what goes on. The manipulation from the large whales that are in there that get the hype. It's just a siphoning. It's a siphoning. You let that thing go up, then you just tank it. You start the sell off, so you sell off what you've got there. The whales would move that thing for the longest. Bitcoin is up, the coins are up. Uh, that'll be interesting. Is that do they push the does the Fed end up moving to a coin? Because every transaction, then every single fucking penny, every fraction of a penny is tracked. Who went where. That's what with all these fucking bitcoins, the wallets and all that, the information's all there. Everything is there, and you know the movements that are happening. The large wallets that may have some anonymity, but they're large wallets that move the entire market, and it's a lot of little fish just way along here They keep pumping their money into it. Oh, it's going, it's going. And then the large wallet takes profit. And everybody starts to panic and starts to panic. And then the large wallet just buys it up again. Makes the profit off of all that going up. So many of those. And if I weren't a person with scruples, I don't like to get involved in, because you can see scams, you can see how easy it would be, you can see how easily manipulated people are. Uh, because you can start your own coin. The code is out there. Just grab a coin, just modify the name, modify what you want to do, all that other stuff, and okay, now we're trading. Now we're trading. You get some people involved who have some money. It's very little different than the startups of the multi-level marketing companies that we had, which several of those people went to federal prison for, because there's laws in certain areas. But no, there's so much money being moved. There's so many, nobody, there are no consequences when you have money. When you have money, there's no consequences. So we're seeing just brass movements, real brass movements. Uh, Musk out there dancing on the stage. I don't know. I don't know. That's gonna. It was, just, and the money. Oh, fuck. But those are interesting. There's so many personalities. Not just, in the last administration, you had very little I'm putting out this persona type of situation going with the cabinet members and everything else. You had some ex politicians, but you didn't have these really out there who tout themselves as, well, I should be ruler and everything along those lines, that really believe it, like an RFK and like a Musk. So the minute there's some sort of, if the between the back and forth that you're going to see publicly, with the Trump calling names and with RFK, I don't know how long it'll take. I think RFK, that'll be it. Elon is socially awkward enough to where he'll fuck it up. There'll be he'll say some things, his disappointments in Trump. He'll say enough things, not trying to insult, but trying to explain why things are the way they are, because he hasn't gotten the things done that he wants to get done. He'll be calling that out on Trump. I think there's already on Trump not reading, and it's bothering Elon that Trump won't read the docs for preparation. So Elon will say things in public. Trump will get bruised as fuck off of that. Trump will have to say something about Elon and how there's those government money coming over there. If he wants to keep those contracts, like anybody else can land the rockets on their own, right? So he's going to have the contracts, but there'll be the back and forth, and who says what about who, because then Elon will have to respond, because these are public personas. These are real over the top individuals that aren't smooth. They're not smooth. These are not smooth people. They say the wrong thing. RFK, it's a shame. It's a shame. His the other generation was a little more smooth. The RFK Jr. is really whacked out there and really got problems. And well, Elon's just Elon. He's just a whack. But that'll be fun. And that's the only other thing that I thought about. Otherwise, I really don't. I really don't have. I don't have crap. I don't have crap to talk about. I had all these things yesterday. Oh, I've got to get this done, this done, this done. None of it. None of it. Accomplished nothing. Got nothing done. So there was no positivity. There was no, oh, I'm feeling good. Oh, no. No, it was just, it took forever. I can't remember when I smiled. It was one of the, somebody said something and it made me laugh. And I remember yesterday there was something that was said and it made me laugh. So I was appreciative of that. But that's just a feeling blah on a Wednesday. Need that caffeinated motivation. So I gotta come up with something funny. Come up with some things. I don't know. This is it's it's been fun. It's been fun. I'm out of that coffee. I hammered that coffee. I've had 2 joints. I need to accomplish something, don't I? Don't I need to get something done? So I think I'm gonna do that. Hey everybody, peace and love. Enjoy your day. It's over now, it's over now. The Coffee with Wes stream is over now. It's over now, it's over now. Go and find something else to do. Thank you for watching Coffee with Wes. Be sure to click that like, subscribe, and ring the notification bell to make sure you're here when Wes goes live. It's over now, it's over now. Coffee with Wes stream is over now. It's over now, it's over now. Go and find something else to do. Go and find something else to do. Just go and find something else to do. It's over. Go home.